Hey, what's up?
Ready for book club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot.
Welcome to book club. Welcome to book club.
Hi, everybody.
everybody.
Marlon. Welcome back to book club. Marlon, don't. Psst. Maddie got a kitten, and he's a freak.
Y'all been new about this. He was in the last episode.
Oh, well, we're finally together, so that's exciting. Woo! And today, we're doing a fall wrap-up video an October wrap-up video. Because we read so many books this month.
We read 5 books this month.
And honestly, by the end of the month, I might be at 7. Because I'm reading one right now, and then we're going to read Assassin's Blade.
Yeah.
So, we're doing a lot of reading, which is very exciting.
Pretty crazy.
But for this episode, we're just going with the main. You can pick them up. Main 5. So, with each book, we will go through them pretty quickly. There might be some spoilers. So, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But we're not going super in depth. We're going to have our overall thoughts, our best part, our worst part, and our star rating.
We also already did a full episode on the first book that we read this month,
Crown of Midnight.
Which was Crown of Midnight. So if you haven't seen that episode,
go watch it.
Get out of here.
And then come right back. Or just skip past the Crown of Midnight part. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Also, same thing with Assassin's Blade. That's why we went ahead and filmed this episode. Because Assassin's Blade will have its own episode next week. So,
yes.
with Crown of Midnight, I gave it 5 stars. I'm just going to jump to my star rating. It was beautiful, amazing. It got me even more invested into Selena and Kale and Dorian, and I'm team neither, actually. Don't like either of them. I don't think either of them are good enough for Selena.
No, they're both babies.
They're both babies, and Selena is the baddest bitch I fear I've ever read about. I'm obsessed with her. And Mort, the door knocker guy. Love his vibes. I'm really afraid for Assassin's Blade. Best part? I fear the best part may have been when Selena absolutely lost her shit and went full assassin mode. Worst part, Kale.
I second that.
Just Kale.
Yeah.
Your star rating?
I also did 5 stars. Best part was when Archer,
yes, at the very end.
yeah,
When he
got what he deserved.
Loved
that. Worst part, I second the Kale thing.
Just
fuck
Kale.
That guy.
Fuck that guy.
I can't get behind him. I don't fuck with him one singular bit.
No.
Actually.
Ooh, yeah. And that
Like,
creepy thing in the dungeon, that might have been that was a bad part too. That weird thing. Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah, Nosferatu looking ass. I didn't fuck with that either. Yeah,
like
that was a weird part as well. Star. Oh yeah, I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Thoughts. Good.
Thoughts? Go watch the episode that we did on that one from earlier this month.
Next. Okay, I'm excited.
We
for
used
this.
to live here. Bye, guys. Marcus Killier, a man.
We read
a book by a man. Isn't that so exciting?
No.
Sometimes no. But you know what? I'm gonna let you go first because did you pick this one out?
No, nobody picked my book for book
Oh.
club because they're bitches. We have a side book club that we started doing, which we really love and really excited about.
That's why we had so
And
many books this month.
Yeah, and so we suggested books last month, and I suggested one. I suggested a lot. I suggested one
Yeah,
or 2.
just one, I think.
And nobody picked my book. And it's fine because we ended up with this one, and I personally really, really enjoyed this book.
It's a thriller.
It is a thriller,
Like a psychological thriller.
and it's thrilling to say the least. I gave it 4 stars. I gave 5 out of 5 stars for like actual scare factor because I was shitting my actual pants reading this. I literally had to finish it in one. It was like a Saturday, and I finished it in that Saturday. Like I couldn't go to bed without knowing the ending. So I finished it in literally one sitting. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars as like the ending because there was kind of some open plot holes that could have been answered, and then landed on 4 out of 5 stars. So I really, really, really enjoyed it. I think there is definitely room for a sequel. But I don't know that that'll happen because that's not really like a thing with, as many thrillers. So she's pissing on my carpet. Olive!
Sorry about that. Maddie's cat wanted to pee on the carpet and not in the little robot.
Olive, seriously, come here.
She looks stunned.
She's like, she just threw a book at me. I don't abuse my animals, but my cat won't stop pissing on everything.
Oh my God, Marlon. Guys, this is hectic.
This is my life. Is this what having children is like?
Probably
my God.
worse.
Best part of this book was... I don't fucking know. There wasn't really like a best or worst part. I
feel like there's definitely some worst part.
Well, the worst part was... I don't know. There were so many bad parts.
A lot of this book is bad.
Like, it's like stressful.
I want to say I gave it like 3.8, almost a 4. I think I gave it 3.8 because of how disappointed I was in the ending. Because I don't want to like totally give the book away trying to explain it, I'm just going to read the inside cover. It says that it's like the movie Get Out meets the movie Parasite, which is terrifying. As a young queer couple who flips houses, Charlie and Eve can't believe the deal they got on an old house in a picturesque neighborhood. As they're working on renovations one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived here years before, asking if it would be all right if he showed his kids around. People pleaser to a fault, Eve lets them in. As soon as the strangers enter the home, uncanny and inexplicable... Sorry, I said that like a crazy person. An inexplicable... things start happening, including the family's youngest child going missing and a ghostly presence materializing in the basement. Even weirder, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over. And when Charlie suddenly vanishes, Eve slowly loses her grip on reality. Something is terribly wrong with the house and the visiting family. Or is Eve just imagining things? That's basically the premise. It's like this family and they won't leave. She invites them into the house and they do not leave the house, and a bunch of freaky stuff happens. And scare factor, for sure. I had to stop in the middle of the night one time. I read this in basically 2 sittings. The night before and then the next day. I literally couldn't sleep. Like, I was up scared. And I watch scary movies. Like this, I don't know what it was about this that freaked me out so bad, but it was actually so scary. I was just so disappointed in the ending. If you hear jingling, it would be Beanie Weenie's collar.
Olive, I'm pretty sure, is eating the cables to my TV. Olive, that TV costs more than you, stupid asshole. I cannot believe this. I'm never having kids.
Yeah,
this is so fake.
Bad.
They're being bad. You guys are being bad.
Anyways,
back to the book.
Back to the
scary ass bad book.
Yeah.
That was not bad. Like for a thriller.
It could have been so good. There's just so many questions that were left unanswered.
Yes.
It wasn't rounded out well. I don't even think it could use a sequel. I think it could have used like another maybe 150 pages. It just felt like he had a bunch of ideas and he put them all into one book. And so some things were just left unanswered, and it like some things didn't make sense. The best part, if I had to pick, would probably be Eve. She's a people pleaser, and she finally gets to a point where she's like, y'all need to get the hell out of my house. And I had been waiting for her to just tell them to effing leave. I don't know why I censored myself there. Beanie, Weenie! Earthquake struck in Chicago today.
Yeah, come here. Why don't you go crazy over here? You still have caramel in your fucking hair.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, the worst part is there is a part that gets real freaky when Eve is trying to go after and find her partner, Charlie, and they're in this weird thing in the basement, and she looks at Charlie, and Charlie stands there really stiff, and ants completely start covering her body and going in her mouth and into her ears. I'm gonna freak out, actually. Beanie Weenie.
I can't.
Anyways,
today
it's a really bad part of the book. So that's what my thoughts on We Used to Live Here.
Next.
Okay. Then I needed a break. Maddie actually read We Used to Live Here before I did.
I read We Used to Live Here and then Pumpkin Spice. Carrie read Pumpkin Spice and then We Used to Live Here. I'll be honest. Well, you give your thoughts first.
Okay. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I had seen this book trending everywhere. And honestly, I thought after reading Crown of Midnight and Throne of Glass, like I thought I was going to have a hard time getting into a rom-com. But I don't think I've ever read a fall or winter rom-com. All the rom-coms I've ever read have taken place in the summertime. And I kind of ate it up. However, I will say they're not my favorite characters. This book is actually part of a trilogy, like the Dream Harbor trilogy. It's like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and then
Christmas Tree Farm,
and that's like the bakery one
or some
so
shit.
we meet the other love interests for those books in this book, like it's a friend group type thing, and they seemed more interesting than Jeannie and Logan. Jeannie is a freak. She owns the coffee shop. She's like new to town, and Logan is like maybe the whiniest rom-com man I've ever read. Like he kind of blows.
Logan's a fucking pussy.
He sucks. And they spend the entire book. If I'm reading a book like this, I'm looking for the smut. Be so fucking for real with me.
Also, everybody said this book was so
They said
spicy.
it was so spicy. No,
There
it
was
wasn't.
one?
They were literally edging the whole time. They'd be like, make out, make out, make out, make out. We can't do this. Make out, make out, make out, make out. And then we get a little bit farther and then our clothes are off. We can't do this. Oh my God. I was getting so pissed. I gave it 3 stars as a rom-com. I really liked it, but it wasn't my favorite rom-com. I just liked the fact that it was seasonal, and I think I would rate the other 2 books in the trilogy higher. Best part, I think maybe the best part, there is a cat that they think is a ghost. It turns out to be Cat very early on in the book. I really love the cat. And worst part was
Edging.
Logan's bitch ass. Yeah, edging.
For 350 pages.
Super annoying.
Okay. I fucking hated this book. Best part, the goddamn cat. Worst part, having to pick it up and fucking read it. I was so goddamn pissed off every time. Like, I had to listen to the audiobook. I was pissed. I don't know why I couldn't get into it. Jeannie's a freak ass bitch who rants on Facebook. She is giving millennial.
She's just an oversharer.
And I hate her vibes.
I don't hate her vibes.
And I hate Logan even more.
I do not like
It
Logan.
also felt like, for anybody who was on TikTok, I don't know, 2 years ago when this was, or Book Talk, I guess, when this was trending, it felt like a fall version of the Knock 'Em Out series. If you've read that, the Knock 'Em Out series is one of the first series that I read when I got back into reading, and it was really cute, and it takes place in a small town, and it follows a group of 3, 2 brothers and their friend, and then 3 girlfriends, and then it's really cute, and there's actual plot to it. Like there was no plot to this. There was no plot. There was no plot. She was trying to find
she was like new in town. She got left to this coffee shop by her aunt.
And then people were trying to run her out of town. And that's basically all that happened.
Sorry if anything got cut off. Beanie Weenie is being a tyrant.
He's a goddamn terrorist in this house. Everybody is constantly at war. It's this war between me and Beanie Weenie. Anyways, I gave this book 2 stars. It wasn't the worst book that I've ever read. It was definitely far better than Cruel Prince.
Yeah.
But it was pissing me off bad. I just didn't fuck with the characters. It just felt like a copy and paste, poorly written Knock 'Em Out series. I won't read the other 3. The other
I probably
2.
will.
You'll have to put a gun to my head to get me to do that.
I'll probably read the other 2.
Actually, no. If our book club on the side was like, hey, I want to read this, I'd be mad about it. But I would indeed do it. Because at the end of the day, that's not to say I didn't I didn't enjoy it. I'm not going to fucking lie. I didn't enjoy it, but I would read the other ones if everybody else did.
If we made you.
But like, if you gave me the choice, I would never fucking look at that shit again.
Anyways,
next
Southern Fried Homicide.
Southern Fried Homicide.
It's not actually called that. It's actually called the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by, oh my God, another man. Grady Hendrix. And I'm just going to go right off the bat. I gave this book 5 stars. I would have given it maybe like 4.8. Those like 0.2 stars is because I think it has kind of a slow start, and once you get to the end of the book, you realize that everything in the beginning was like all intentional and all purposeful. But if you were to get bored in the beginning and set it down, I could understand why somebody would do that. So then you wouldn't get to the end where you realize that everything's all connected. Like, it was not useless in the beginning. It's just slow. But I have never read a book like this. I am going to, again, read the inside cover because I don't want to give too much away. This one's another... Oh. I don't know if this counts as... It's kind of a thriller, but it's also... I don't even know what category this falls into. It's
thriller.
Not... Yeah, thriller. It's just not like a psychological thriller. It's like a horror thriller.
It's like a horror thriller, like a regular, like a classic thriller.
Okay. Like
a classic, and it's obviously about vampires, so it's like a vampire.
It takes
thriller.
place in the early 90s too, and I love that. Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then, James Harris walks into their life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years, but when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? It's freaky, dude. The stuff in this book is scary and yucky. It's very gory, so you have to get ready for that. But I could not have told you anything that I thought this book was going to be about a group of Southern housewives in a book club. I would have been completely wrong. It did make me cry, though. There's so many points on it just about like Southern housewife women and the men. Every man in this book is the living worst.
Yes.
They're all bad. They're all annoying and terrible and awful.
Man.
But I will say though, the fact that a man could write something that felt so understanding of especially like housewives. He's a couple pages in, he has like an author's note where it says he based Patricia like off of his own mom. And I don't know. I think he did a really, really good job. Honestly, I gave it 5 stars, and I would definitely read another one of his books again. Best part was there is a line towards the end of the book where one of the housewives goes, they think that we're like, it's like something like they think we are these nice, sweet Southern housewives, but there's nothing nice about Southern women or something like that. And I was like, yes, and they're being badasses, and I love them for that. Worst part,
there's a rat in you.
There's a rat. There's a scene with some rats, and the rats are everywhere. And they're yucky and they're gross. And also a lot of the gore was very, very yucky. It gets very yucky and gross. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
On Southern Fried Homicide.
Yeah, we call it that because one of the book club gals that we're friends with calls... Did she say it or did
I think Juan might have said it. But he's also a book club gal.
Yeah, he's a book club girly. But... they said Southern Fried Homicide, and we can't stop saying it because that's so goddamn funny.
It's also easier to say than the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
So Southern Fried Homicide is
what we're calling it.
Insane. I think I gave this book 3 stars though. It was very good. It was interesting. I think you're right about like the first 150 pages.
It takes a little bit.
Like I was interested,
but it starts to pick up about halfway through. Beanie Weenie. Oh my God! Leave it alone! Beanie
The first 150 pages are very slow, and then there's like what, a 3-year time jump at one point.
Yeah, there's 3-year
years.
time jump, and that's hard for me to get past. But
yeah, but I didn't. It wasn't like anything crazy to me. I did really. He's biting the fuck out of my arm.
Sorry, Maddie's cats are still being crazy. If you're not watching,
it wasn't like it wasn't. I don't know. I liked the southern aspect of it because we're from the South. I liked I'm gonna whoop your ass. I liked the storyline, but there was like everybody other than the women, Slick and Patricia, and that one other one,
Mary Ellen,
yeah, and then the cleaner lady. They
Kitty,
were the only
Miss Green.
They were the only good characters. Their kids suck dick.
The kids are terrible.
Made me great birth control, honestly, because you're telling me these kids are ungrateful as shit. Yeah, it wasn't really like I would definitely read it again and read another book similar to this. I really liked the vibes of We Used to Live Here and Southern Fried Homicide. They were great October reads.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Don't even think about
It keeps going for my laptop. This is such a chaotic episode, and I thought we were prepared.
I really did too. But yeah, if you guys have any good thrillers that you like, please let us know, because we really
like them.
I
think I liked. I was more sucked in by the psychological thriller, but overall the ending of the classic thriller I really loved. I just have never really read things like that. So any recommendations for sure? Yes. Okay. We have to get into the last one. We just finished Bride by Allie Hazelwood last night, and I just want to preface, I am a huge Allie Hazelwood fan. All of her women in STEM books I have read, every single one of them except for Not in Love, and I don't even know if that's one of the women in STEM ones, but like all of her books that went really viral, I have read all of them. They were the first books I started reading, so I saw when this came out, I was like, hell yeah, Allie Hazelwood, I can get into that. And I will say, I gave it, I don't remember, I think I maybe gave it 3 stars.
I think we gave it 3 stars,
but I would
might
give
have given it 4.
I would give it almost 4 maybe, if we could do point stars on Goodreads. But I say that just because Allie Hazelwood can still write a good damn
good book.
She knows how to write characters, like genuinely funny parts, like where I'm waiting. Anyways, he's being crazy.
You're a crazy boy.
I don't remember what I was saying. Allie Hazelwood can write good characters. There's lots of parts where I genuinely was like laughing out loud and really loved that. Overall thoughts, where I've never read a werewolf romance. It's about a arranged marriage between a werewolf and a vampire. And it's a very spicy book. And I will say that when I saw people talking about it, they were like, oh my God, like you read Bride and you find out about nodding. And I'm just going to say it right now. I read that on TikTok and I thought that meant like bondage. Like they're going to like use little ropes.
We thought this was going to be
I thought she was going to like hey, leave my laptop alone. I thought they were going to get like tied up or something and then do the spicy stuff. I don't know but it wasn't what it really was. We had to go to Reddit and we had to look up what that meant. Apparently it is a thing in werewolf romances. Fanfics. I will not say what that is on here. I will let you look it up for yourself.
I'll not be talking about it.
I will not be talking about it. I will not be thinking about it. It is yucky. The story I really liked. The characters I really liked. And everything up until when I found out what nodding was, loved it. I also think Allie Hazelwood knows how to write a damn good spice scene.
Yeah.
Her books are just good. The only thing I didn't like was the nodding. So easily worst part, that. finding out what that is, disturbing. I'm traumatized. The best part, the spice before I knew what that meant. Yeah.
So I told a big fat lie. I rated this 2 stars.
2 stars. You must have been fired up about it last night. We were grossed out. It got too close to the bestiality line.
It
for
was
me.
just towing. When we said, Cool Prince was towing the line between
this got
this
up there
and
too.
furries, I feel the same. He's eating my book. Can I have one moment of goddamn peace in this fucking house?
No, with a kitten, no.
Fucking dickhead. But yeah, I just felt like it was really, that's for some people. Just like some of you weird ass bitches get on the internet and say Carden's tail is cute.
Yeah.
You're fucking lying. And I don't respect it, but you're entitled to your wrong ass opinion. That's fine. It's just not for me. And I've only read one Allie Hazelwood book. But you guys know I ate that shit right on up and then ate the plate. So she really ate with Love Hypothesis. And I do plan on reading all of her other books.
They're so good.
Because she writes a fuck
Honestly,
scene
she
so
could,
well.
This leads up, the end of the book leads up to the fact that there may be a sequel. I won't be reading this series again because they're all werewolves basically. And I will say, though, if she were to write another fantasy novel, maybe not including a werewolf, so that we didn't have to bring in that little part of it.
The whole thing.
I would, if it was just vampires,
absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah. Because, here's the thing. There's even, there's some parts that get a little weird where because she's a vampire, she, bites him, and they use that as, a thing. I wasn't that freaked out by that. I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's not that far off. But the nodding was a little too animal for me.
Yeah.
The fact that it's real wolf and that.
Because also it did not help that we were listening to this and then my husband comes out and sits on the couch.
Oh, that was
next to us. And we were like, hey, Brian, what the fuck are you doing over here? And he was like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to it. We were like, okay.
And he goes, isn't that what dogs do?
Yeah. Thanks for that. Absolutely ruined the fucking vibes.
They might have been ruined the second that we learned what it meant, but still, it was an unfortunate turn of events.
But
that's
Allie
not
Hazelwood
her
is
fault.
such a good writer.
I think that's maybe the trend with werewolf romance, which maybe I'm just not here for the werewolf romance.
Yeah. Again, we weren't here for the tale. We weren't here. I don't fuck animals, so I mean, I just am not personally into that. Again, I know there's
some people out there,
and that works for you. If you want to wear a tail,
stay the fuck away from me.
I'm not going to tell you not to. That is your God-given birthright. If you want to wear a goddamn tail and you want your penis to enlarge when you're fucking, you just go on right ahead with yourself. Keep that shit away from me personally. Just not for me. But it was, she's a fucking good writer.
She's an amazing
and I do
writer.
plan on reading Not in Love. I want to read.
I want to read Not in Love bad. She's releasing one called, originally I think it was supposed to be called Wet.
Oh, yes.
But I think it's actually called
Splash.
Deep End.
Deep End. Splash.
Splash. I think it's about a swimmer, which I could get behind that.
Is the male a swimmer?
Yes. I think so. I think they might both be swimmers. Just don't think about the bald caps that they have to wear.
Yeah, I won't be doing that at all. But it's better than nodding.
Yes, it is. So I will be reading that. And I will be reading Not in Love.
Oh, now you want to be calm? Are you fucking serious?
Anyways,
Beanie Ween said, now that everybody's sitting down and I've been a terrorist for 30 minutes, I actually feel better. He's so goddamn cute when he's not wreaking havoc on my entire life.
All right, a little bit of a short episode today, but hey,
we got through 5 books. And I don't think we gave too many spoilers.
I don't think so either. Wow, look at us go.
Look at us. We're getting good at this. You guys should make this our jobs.
Literally. All right. Follow us on everything. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We post all of the updates on the episodes on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok and follow us on
Spotify.
Goodreads for up-to-date
Updates.
reviews of what we are reading as we are reading them. And
We'll see you guys.
we'll see you guys
next week.
for Assassin's Blade. I'm sure we'll be traumatized.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be crying and shitting and throwing up.
Woo!
See you in a
Can't
week.
Wait.